Hello, and welcome to Beyond the Budget, the podcast from Legacy Financial Coaching. I'm Greg Carroll, your dedicated coach and legacy architect. Here, we go beyond balancing the numbers to explore the strategies, mindset shifts, and habits that lead to true financial freedom and lasting wealth. Together, we'll tackle financial stress, unlock more freedom in your finances, and empower you to create a legacy that inspires and impacts generations to come. If you're ready to move beyond just making ends meet and start building a brighter financial future, you're in the right place. Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Budget. I'm excited about today's episode because we're tackling something that holds so many people back. And that's debt. If you've ever felt like you're drowning in payments, trust me, you're not alone. That seems to be normal today. As a matter of fact, we have reached record amounts of credit card debt in the US today. But there is good news. There's a way out. In our past episodes, we've talked about goal setting and your financial why. Paying off debt isn't just about the math, it's about what it frees you to do. So imagine what your life would look like if you weren't sending hundreds or even thousands of dollars to debt payments every month. What could you do with it instead? Who could you help? What organizations would you be able to help? Let that be your why. Today, we'll break down two of the most effective debt payoff strategies, the Debt Snowball and the Debt Avalanche methods. And then we'll help you figure out which one works best for you. Before we dive into the strategies, though, let's get real. Why should you even prioritize paying off debt? I mean, everybody else has it, right? Why shouldn't we just continue to have car payments and loan payments and credit card payments and student loan payments? Well, debt isn't just about numbers, it's about freedom. Every dollar in debt is a dollar that belongs to someone else. People say, well, all the time, well, it's just a car payment. Well, yeah, but that car payment goes to somebody else. That car is not yours until it's completely paid off. Debt limits your choices. It adds stress, and it steals your future income. Think about what your debt payments could be doing if they were building interest, compound interest, year over year over year. The Bible says it best in Proverbs 22:7. The borrower is slave to the lender. And as long as we have debt, no matter what kind it is, we are the slave to that lender. Studies also show that financial stress is one of the top causes of anxiety and even relationship problems. According to a 2023 CNBC report, 61% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and debt is the major reason. I can imagine having a mountain of credit card debt or student loan payments as large as a mortgage. I can only imagine how stressful that can be. Now that we've got the why, let's talk about the how. First, we have to define each. Let's talk about the debt avalanche method. Sometimes that's called debt stacking. This is a debt payoff strategy where you pay off your debts in order from highest to lowest interest rate, regardless of the balance. With the debt snowball method, you pay off the debt in order from smallest to largest based on the balance, regardless of the interest rate. So let me share with you how each of those works. The debt snowball method, this is all about quick wins and momentum. Here's how it works. So you list all your debts from smallest to largest. You ignore the interest rates. You pay the minimums on everything except the smallest debt. And you throw every extra dollar at that one. Once the smallest debt is gone, you roll the payment into the next smallest. And then you keep going until you're debt free. Paying off your smallest debt first instead of focusing on the interest rate, you get a quick win. Plus, you immediately free up to tackle the rest of your debt. The debt snowball creates unstoppable momentum to knock out the rest of your debts like a snowball rolling down a hill. Think about it like this. If you've ever gone on a diet, right? You want to see those quick wins. You want to see that those pounds drop off pretty quick. Otherwise, it's hard to stay motivated. Same thing in working out in the gym, right? If you don't see those immediate gains, it's kind of hard to stay motivated to keep going. That's how the debt snowball method works. You get those, you pay off one debt, and then you know, okay, I can pay off the second debt. And then you get more confident, you can pay off the third debt, and then the fourth, and then the fifth. And the next thing you know, you're almost debt free. That's what the debt snowball method's like. Psychological motivation. So you knock out small debts that gives you quick momentum. This method is also great for people who need quick wins to stay motivated. So if this has been taking you a long time to get out of debt, this is probably one of the ways that I would recommend that you follow. Here's an example. Let's say you have a credit card of $500 at 18% interest, a medical bill at $1,200 at 0% interest, car loan at $7,000 at 6% interest, and a student loan at $20,000 at 5% interest. Now, a lot of folks might say, well, I'll just put the 0% interest at the end because it's $1,200 at 0% interest. But that's not how the debt snowball works. So with this, you would attack the $500 credit card first, no matter the interest rate. Once that's gone, then you just move straight to the medical bill. Then you'd move on to the car loan and then the student loan. And psychologists agree that small wins fuel big success. I'll put a link to the Harvard Business Review article that proves this out. This method works because it keeps you motivated. The other popular method is the debt avalanche method, and this is all about saving a little bit more. So in this method, you list all your debts from highest to lowest based on the interest rate. You pay minimums on everything except the highest interest rate debt, and you put all the extra money there. Once the highest interest rate debt is gone, you move on to the next highest, and then you keep going until you're debt free. The goal with the debt avalanche method is to save more money in the long run by getting rid of the debts that are charging you the most in interest. But with this strategy, you might have to pay off your largest balances first. And that can feel super intimidating, especially when you've still got other debts to pay off. Why it works? It does ultimately save you a little bit more money in the long run, and it's great for people who stay motivated by seeing the numbers shrink. I've covered this with clients in the past, and sometimes the math makes more sense for the debt avalanche method versus the debt snowball, but it's all about behavior. Let's use the example with the debt avalanche method. Using the same debts from earlier, your highest interest rate debt is 18% on the credit card, so you'd attack that first. So it'd be number one as well. Then you would move on to the car loan at 6% and so on. So which is better? Well, if you need quick motivation, go with the snowball method. If you're all about minimizing interest and you're that math nerd, go with the avalanche, but let me just forewarn you. Sometimes it makes sense mathematically to begin with a debt that has the highest interest rate, but let's get real. If math was the problem, we wouldn't be in debt in the first place. You need a realistic strategy that you can actually stick to. It turns out that money problems really come out to be about 80% behavior and 20% are math. So whatever method you choose, the key is consistency. So here's your challenge. Pick a method and start today. Don't wait for the perfect time, just get started. Start budgeting. I'd recommend using the EveryDollar app. There is a free version and a premium version. I've included links below in the show notes, including a link with a discount to the premium version. Whether you use the EveryDollar app or any other budgeting app, just be sure you're making your plan for every dollar at the beginning of the month and follow your budget. If you'd like help on how to get started, be sure to book a no-cost initial consultation with me. The link to my calendar is in the show notes. And next episode, we're talking about increasing your income to accelerate your financial goals, whether it's side hustles, negotiating a raise, or starting a business. I'll show you how to make more money to fuel your financial future. If this episode has helped you, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Let's help more people break free from debt and build lasting wealth. I'll see you next time on Beyond the Budget. Be free. Thank you for tuning in to Beyond the Budget. I hope today's episode gave you practical steps and encouragement to build a stronger financial foundation. Remember, your legacy starts with the choices you make today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit. And as always, if you're ready to take your finances to the next level, schedule a no-cost initial strategy session. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, stay focused, stay faithful, and let's build a legacy worth leaving.